visual script of pure PLC mob assembly machine by teaching. Number 2. On the screen, you can see the assembly machine running the scene CSV table using together with the foundation. The running cycle approximate 20 seconds. But the actual controlled by PLC, the cycle time is 5 seconds, 4 times much slower than the PLC controlling. That's why last time my suggestion is, how about to run the simulation only by taking off the foundation like this. In this situation, the cycle time approximate 5 seconds. But this thing, this 3D model, not good for looking. That's why we concerned about the physical usage of 3D simulation, since after the big elections, plenty of projects running urgently. So if running the simulation like this, then better running in this case. This is English version. Then the I/O table, let's change to English I/O table. So running in this I/O table, you can see the definition. Suppose for Y25, aluminum pipe rise cylinder. If the lights Y25 in red, Y24, aluminum pipe transfer cylinder moving horizontally. So for one cycles will take less than 5 seconds, and you can see the physical machines just beside your computer. But actually we are talking some big case. This computer is in control room, far away from the factory's machine. We can see the machines together with seeing the screen. That's the reason why we spent a little times to solve this problem. At last, we get the solutions. Let me show. Back to teach more. Use new to clear the screen. and use name of scene, adopting this one YF7 new 34 YM .csv. These sceneries, can you see any difference at the very beginning showing? And that's wrong. Let's count the cycle times. It takes 8 seconds for one cycle, 3 minutes 3 seconds more than the PLC controlling, but much faster than 20 seconds, the old one. But this scenery can be accepted as doing CPS. If we run in these sceneries, the cycle time of the product is 8 seconds. We just take a few seconds to remove something between the structures. Suppose a bracket in here and in here, plenty of brackets. We just remove it and remove some mechanism not used in the simulation. Suppose for this one, the previous sceneries with some structure and cylinders and in here, but the rod not moving simultaneously with the upper cover, and in here still some structure and the motors to actuate this piece and this piece moving from and return back. Remove this mechanism. Actually has not too much influence to the machine's scenery, but the simulations speeds much faster, more efficiency than before. So we have confidence after these new sceneries produced. We are waiting for the coming projects to do a whole planned factories automations. We have confidence at that moment the speeds could be more fast than this one. For examples, we can remove the hole in here. Remove the hole in here. Remove the hole on the top of the teeth. This hole has no use, but we have to waste plenty of operating times to delay the cycle. And for this one, the gripper, the grippers, this one still with teeth, For the simulations, we don't need to see so detailed. We just use the flat surface on there to remove all the teeth. This can save plenty of video buffers and to let the mechanism running more efficiency. Okay, today's topic is continue to discuss the teaching visual script. Last time we are talking about the P6 press points and shifting CC file. At the end of P6, let's see P6. Stop the program and let control to P6 and in teach mode. And let's run to show you. Just binding 6 holes to join the aluminium tube together with inner tapping. After binding, retract the teeth, the gripper, and retract back to original positions, and the green piece lift up by vertical cylinder, and the horizontal cylinder will push this mechanism 50 millimeters along positive X direction to move the 10 aluminum bar 1 step forward, and then retract back the 10 aluminum rod support by the yellow teeth at both sides, totally remove from the green teeth, and then the horizontal cylinder retract back and finish 1 cycle. At the end of P6 CC file, let's see the end. Okay. At the end of P6 CC file, and line 48, the K26 still actuate the 6. That means after finish the P6 cycle, then actuate again. So these actions doing again and again in cycle. And let's see the line 47. The 1947 K27, the input 7 will late P7 CC file running. The P7 CC file is doing the outfittings assembly process in here. Let's see the cartoon chart more clearly. S7 actuated as the aluminum bar in this position, and the sensor S7 sense there is a bar. The holder at the right side, the button and the top holders will host the aluminum at both sides in position, and then Y14 and the Y19s will push out components to assemble with the aluminum bar at both sides. So right now we are talking about the P7 CC file, and then let's see the 946 actuate P4. The P4 is prepare the materials. The job of P4 is as 10 bars shift one space. The very first, the first one, the teeth without bar. The first one is for the assemble of the inner tapping. Push the component at this station to the end of the both end of the aluminum tube. But after shifting one space, the first one without aluminum, that's the reason why the program K20 actuate the P4 CC file to let these two pieces moving. This is cutting, this is let go. Then one aluminum bar will jump from the slope to the first teeth, and then continue the inner tapping assembly. This is what we want to discuss, and only this 4, 7, and 6 will execute it all together. The P4 CC file, P6 CC file, and the P7 CC file will be actuated all together. Now let's see the P4's Visual Script. So in here is too tight. We have already used safe CSV file to output this program as a Excel CSV file. Let's see the Excel's P4 备料减脂 CC file. It's much clearer, and together with carton chart. The first instructions K24, 21 cancel input 4. This P4 is actuated by S4 on. So the first instructions we just use K21 input 4 to let it become 0. And then you can see in here the Y2 and the Y3. The first things is actuate Y3. The Y3 on. Will move 45 degrees slightly up, the place up, to prevent the aluminum pipe on top falling down along the slope. And K21 Y2 rechecked to recheck. That means previous display is at the top sides to against the falling of the aluminum pipe. As Y2 retract, that means feeding one pipe between Y2 and the Y3. From here, a linear aluminum pipe on top. This is PLC command driven by Modbus to the physical machine. For the simulation, use K26. Object 2. This is object 2. 1. This is object 1. Object 2 lift up 45 degrees. So moving Z direction 30 millimeters and X direction 30 millimeters, because this is 45 degrees mechanism. So after Y3 movements, then K26, the object 1, back to home positions 0, 0, 0. The Y2 retract to let one pipe drop on top of Y3 on this place. So after this, we have to waiting K32. Waiting for what? For input 4 on. Waiting K32 input 4 become 1, and then go to next instructions, and also has to wait the input 3 become 1. K32 input position is 3. The next sequence, K20, Y2 on. Before dropping this pipe on the first teeth position, we have to use Y2 thrust in to cut, to separate this one, the single one, in here, and prevent the rest on the slope, on the top of the slope, falling down. The Y2 is tended to against the falling. And then K21 object Y3 off. Y3 off. This one will pull back. As pulling back the single one between Y2 and the Y3, aluminum bar will drop along the slope on top of the first teeth. Just touch S5 sensor. As S5 sensor be touched, the Y6, Y9 will push the inner tapping, doing assembly procedures. Thrust in both ends of the aluminum bar. This is PLC action. For the simulation is K26, the object 1 moving the X 30 millimeters, the Z 30 millimeters, and K26, the component 2 retract back to the home positions. This one to back to original position, give way for the dropping aluminum pipe. since these two actions without touch any sensor, so we don't have any 32s waiting. After this, we'll still actuate the S1 and the S5. The S1 is this one. This one is pulling upward. In here is horizontal, Alumi just in horizontal with a push. Then one bar can drop to the slope to the top of the slope, because one bar already being removed. We need a new one. How to get a new one? By actuate Y1 to push the cylinder toward the top to let one aluminium bar feeding the top of the slope. And last line, K20 input 5. The P5 will actuate it. P5 is this one. To let Y6 and the Y9 push the inner tapping parts into the aluminium pipe on both sides. In here, this one should be 0, this one should be 1. Okay, let's see the program running in CMS CAPP. This is number 4 control system. You can check the K21 4, K20 3, K21 2, just exactly like last CSV file we just seen. And then to the end, the last one is K20 5 to accurate the P5 CC file, and the K20 1 to accurate the S1 to let go P1 CC file. Whenever there's a data in this data buffer, we can run to visually seeing the simulation. Okay, watch out here. This is P2, this is P3, P2, P3, P2, P3. After finish, the last one will immediately drop. If we want to see the last minute clearly, we can give a delay time, suppose 5 seconds. So the system will remain dead pause for 5 seconds for see in more detail. Okay, we know this one will thrust in, this one will retract, and then this one will thrust in, this one will retract. Okay, let's run to see it. Can you see? And this one still in positions. And you can see the Y2 is on in these moments. The Y2 is this one. It's on the top positions. Okay, reset to clear the red lights, and let's run again. Okay, that's what we just doing. Then we are commencing to talking about the P7 CC file. Let's change the control system to 7. This is the program to see the tail, to see the head. The first one is K21 7. The same. Let's see the outputs CSV file. Okay, P7 CC file in CSV style. If you have downloaded the CSV table, you can print out and see together with us. The first instructions is K21 7. Then before push the external parts by Y14 and the Y19 from both sides, we have to let the lower holder moving upward and the top holder moving downward to create a tunnel, as pushing the external components will go through the tunnel accurately thrust on top of the aluminum pipe on both sides. This is the usage of the right sides, upper and the lower holders job, and at the left side still with 2 holders, one at the bottom and other at the top. So K20 Y15 is this one. As this one actuated, it will push the cylinder until touch input 23 and stop the position. While another side, K20 Y20, to actuate Y20, it will push the cylinder up until touch the input 32 and stop the movements. And the top cover K20 Y16 here. As Y16 actuated, the piston will moving downward until touch input 26. And in here, Y21, K20, Y21 be actuated. We will let these objects moving down to create a tunnel with the lower cover. So the components, this is object 1, object 2, object 3, 4, 5, 6. So object 3 in here, moving 21.5 millimeters upper by using K26 simulation. The same, the object 4 object 4 moving 21.5 upward by using K26 as well. This is object 5. Object 5 moving minus 35.5 in Z direction by K26. The object 3 and object 5 to create a wrong channel. And this one, object 6 moving down 35.5 along negative Z direction by means of K26. Then the physical machines has to wait for the limit of the cylinder movements touched. So he's waiting for K32, waiting for input 23. 23 is this one. K32, input 32. 32 is this one. This 2 is for lower cover, touch the sensor. The cylinder will stop at that position. And the K32, the input value is 26. And last one is K32, the input value 34. So after these 4 input values become 1, then we can continue to the next instruction. After the right and the left holders create a channel, then we push the Y14 and the Y19 to assemble the outer parts by using K20, Y14 and K20, Y19. So these two be actuated. So we can see the simulation. This one is object 1, this is object 2. The K26 object 1 moving Y direction minus 160 millimeters, push the outer piece going minus 160 millimeters, and object 2 moving up 160 millimeters. This one, object 2, will move to the Y positive direction 160 millimeters, and waiting K32, waiting for input 22 become 1. This is input 22, and at the left side waiting K22, waiting for input 30. Input 30 become 1. In here we still have 2 lights, K20 to actuate the input 8, K20 actuate the input 9. That means to late the P8 and the P9 works to feed in a components of the outer parts in positions. These 2 lights my suggestions is better to move to the last after the piston push the assemble procedures finished and return back to its home positions. Then actuate S8 and S9 to feed in parts in the weakened channel. And as pushing the input 22 and the input 30, the assembly finished. Then we have to retreat K21 14. This one will retreat back. K21 19. This one will retreat back as well. This for PLC control. For the actual simulations, K26, the component 1, object 1, back to 0, 0 positions. This is object 1, back to 0, 0 positions. And this one, object 2, K26, back to 0, 0 position as well. And then waiting for the sensor become 1. K32, waiting for input 21. 21 is this one at the right side, and waiting for input 29 at the left side. K32 input 29. After that, we have to open the holders. The holders, this is object 1, 2, this is object 3, 4, 5, 6. So use K26, 3, 4, 5, 6 back to 0 positions with 4 instruction lights, all by using K26. And the K32 waiting for the input sensor. Input 24, this one, waiting for input 31, this one, waiting for the input X25 become 1. K32 input 25, waiting for the input 33 become 1. 33 become 1. So this is by teaching the visual script, better combining the cartoon chart to write the instructions by teaching quickly. Okay, after P7 stocking, let's see the physical operating by CMS CAPP. So you can see the data field just exactly like the CSV table. The last one, K32, the input 31. Then let's run it to see how the simulation does. Here is a lighting. We use resets to clear the lighting. And then let's run, hold it, and thrust in and back. Do it again. Can you see the thrust in? Too fast. We on purpose to let the thrust in extend outside the front face. See here in more detail again. in a few microseconds. You can see and go back to here. These sceneries is better to see. Even in the home positions, you still can see the head of the thrust in these positions, and to see the movements in more detail. And the simulations is faster enough. We try to let these methods as doing as a SOP to teach the new learners how to use CMS CAPP doing the 3D simulation for the virtual machine together with the physical machine. Okay, today's the topic is talking about the second parts of how to teach, how to create the visual script. But we still mention about one very important invention is how to relate the physical mechanism lighting for better simulation to get a better cycle time. Okay, ending.